Yes, artist SEAK Claus Winkler, explaining my style. Painted all around the world. I'm coming from painting large wall paintings, in my typical SEAK style there, you can see it. Inspired artists all around the world. Yes. Yeah, and this all happens with sketches, lots of work. So here I'm proud showing you a K I like. Usually my Ks look like that. That's how they were doing Ks pretty much for the last 400-500 years. When you hold old script, but this is also a K, how you're used to, with the bow. And so yeah, this is like the S. Here painted another SEAK style. I really like the K because the K, because the K was like I reckon for years I have to work on that K. When you have like 4 letters and you're ending up at the K, your brain power is already burned up. So I usually painted my name up, trained the letters each, or started with the middle. Here you see I started with the K. Also being secure that I have enough space. For that would be a wall painting. I think a good size would be like me, would be like this size, or this. Yeah, this would be like, yeah. So you can imagine that. Also, or kind of canvas would be also possible. This is a small e, small a, the S. Here, rune. It's my Klaus means Greek. In Greek, the success, the victory of the people, of the folk. And this is connected with the SEAK rune, S-E-I-G, or Sovelo rune. So, and the Greek people were Proto-Germanic before antique times. So, yeah, they didn't look like they look today. So connected. My Claus is like the Christianized version of Odin as the Santa Claus. So Christianity is an occupying, cucking religion from the desert. We are, before we were occupied by the Romans, we had our own religions, the old gods. That's the only one. Also the medieval knights trusted. They were like pretending to be Christian, but they always had the Norse gods parallel. I also painted a comic figure when I was like 12, 13, was based on the name Odin, also with our traditional symbols. Yeah, you already getting a glimpse that I'm not that unpolitical as you thought I would be. Two times I had to go to police. One time was in the 90s because I was accused of painting trains illegal, which I would never done, because obviously they had like photos there of someone who painted in very much like my style. It looked like a copy of my work, how I painted in the 90s, but I told the police chief that there's probably someone who's copying me, and then he showed me another picture of Helmut Kohl and his wife how the gods created them, with the German flag in the background, and the woman had something which made her for artificial reasons a male, and it was consuming the marriage in the opposite way. The police loved it. Anyways, so a months ago, I had to go to the German secret police, and the new police station on the other side of the Rhine, where the Romans also had their occupying fortress. Yeah, it's all connected. Because I posted something political, and we are not that free. It was very interesting. There's no Meinungsfreiheit in Germany. You can't say what you think, especially if you dig for truth and you dig deeper than maybe history books after 1917 or 1970 or produced after 1945. It goes beyond Regierungskritik or government critique. So if you're into that free speech thing, you should go to X. Maybe some nuances of free speech on TikTok. But even that free speech thing I'm talking about goes beyond X. You have to go to Telegram and dig deeper. I don't want to say any names. Because there's lots of history which is fake. And I consider myself since childhood a history buff. I could also told that to the secret police people. With 12 or with 10, I could do a history basically for basic Realschule. Realschule is like it's like middle high school, you know. It's you can't study, but you know it's like in the middle. You can go to a technical school after that and become engineer. And I could, with a 12-year-old or 11-year-old, I could school or be the history teacher for the 16-year-olds, no problem. So, but even then, it goes deeper, you know, like slave trade, who did the slave trade to America, who was truly in charge and faking the history, la-di-da. And I was already back then, very based and took fire from others, you know, having a Stars and Bars flag on my jacket and stuff like that, and German flags, and also the Japanese Banzai, Aufgehende Sonne, Rising Sun flag in my youth room, my room being a child, as well as the old German Marine flag we had till 1918 or till the socialists took over in the 30s. This is a SEAK. So, you know, why I'm telling this, you know, SEAK could be like a distraction, you know, like, become a universalist and don't care, blah-de-da, I'm brainwashed, blah-de-da. Or the other way, SEAK in terms of like digging deeper and digging and searching. And then it comes uncomfortable truths. I could give you more hints because the subconscious, like my subconscious, when I came up with that name, it knows more than about life and society and the path we want to admit on our conscious mind. So there's much more on a deeper level I'm learning to understand about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and what the world is telling me. And that also explains why certain people I don't know, always afraid of me or holding me down. Not in terms of like, I want to be up. No, in terms of like the system. Because SEAK Claus Winkler, it embarks like a lie, you know, like I'm lying and I'm trying to mask a lie and I'm telling the other, but I'm trying not to be caught in that. You know, Claus means also to steal, you know, to take away or to take something. And Winkler suggests like explaining, clarifying, like talk to them, la-di-da, you know. So it's like very ambivalent, and even like at the secret police, they were like political secret police, like the feds. You would call the feds in America, and it's like I'm like a truth, like it's not. I'm not forcing people, you know. It's like they giving me hints without they don't want to do it, you know, because it's my energy. I'm not talking from ego, because on that frequency they can also try to play, you know. So. And this is like, and I love the case here. They're really nice. But I have to come up with different case too. I'm talking about all this case. Here, so like SEAK starts SEAK. I learned a nice quote today. You can't trust people who are ashamed of their heritage. I'm only giving you glimpses here because we are on TikTok, and if you awake people, political or truth-wise, if you give them too much steps, they could freak out. They're activists, especially in America, where you have free speech, where they're doing that. Here, I have to be more careful in Germany and be indirect because, people, you know, they kill the messenger. Because they can't separate the message and the ego investments they're connected to that from the message and perceive it as something negative. So, but reality we have to reprocreate lots of white children and babies. That's our mission, or my mission from now on. I have to grain that in myself.